Hello, my name is Andrew Hunter-Johnston, and this is Thought for the Day from BenBinFro for Friday the 16th of September. Our reading today comes from Acts chapter 12, verses 18 to 25, and it is the dramatic story in the aftermath of Peter's escape from prison, followed by the death of Herod Agrippa. And it goes like this. When morning came, there was a great commotion amongst the soldiers as to what had become of Peter. After Herod had a thorough search made for him and did not find him, he cross-examined the guards and ordered that they be executed. Then Herod went from Judea to Caesarea and stayed there. He had been quarrelling with the people of Tyre and Sidon, and they now joined together and sought an audience with him. After securing the support of Blastus, a trusted personal servant of the king, they asked for peace because they depended on the king's country for their food supply. On the appointed day, Herod, wearing his royal robes, sat on his throne and delivered a public address to the people. They shouted, "This is the voice of a god, not of a man." Immediately, because Herod did not give praise to God, an angel of the Lord struck him down, and he was eaten by worms and died. But the word of God continued to spread and flourish. The book of Acts, which is in effect volume 2 of Luke's Gospel, is a fast-paced story of the key events in the life of the early church. In this passage, we follow some of the events in Herod's daily life as king of the local territory. His name is confusing because there were several Herods, members of the ruling royal family. This Herod, known as Agrippa, was not the Herod who features at the start of Jesus' life, the one who had John the Baptist beheaded or who slaughtered the firstborn sons, but was probably his grandson. Unlike our dear late Queen, whose death we are currently mourning, he was not a popular figure. He was cruel, vain, and vulnerable to flattery, as we shall hear, but he did come to a bad end. At the start of this passage, we've just had Peter's miraculous escape from prison. We're told that the guards, understandably, are in great commotion. So Herod steps in with a rapid but unsuccessful search for Peter. He conducts a brisk inquiry and quickly concludes that the poor guards are responsible. So they are declared guilty and sent to their death. Herod then goes to Caesarea, which was the nearby coastal port and the local Roman headquarters. Here, he has to deal with a dispute over the local corn supply, where the people needed a reliable supply of food from inland, from Galilee. They had obviously found Herod difficult to reach, so they managed to get access to him through a member of his personal staff. Then, Herod attends a formal ceremony held in honor of Julius Caesar. We know this, not from Luke's account in Acts, but from a separate account written by the Roman historian Josephus. He tells us that Herod appeared in a garment of pure silver, which flashed and shone in the bright sunshine. It was so impressive that the audience shouted, "This man must be a god." Josephus suggests that this was not true admiration, but pure flattery, designed to put Herod in a good mood and gain his favour. Both Luke and Josephus make it plain that Herod did not attempt to put the record straight and say that he was not a god and give due praise to the true God, but he was happy to lap up the flattery. What both writers also record is the dramatic end which ensued. Herod collapses and eventually dies a few days later, apparently eaten by worms. Commentators enjoy speculating about what exactly killed him, and it seems likely that it was parasitic worms in his stomach, which would explain the slow and painful death, not a pleasant end. So what can we take away from this story? Well, what a contrast between the triumphant freedom of Peter from prison to continue his great ministry, with the gruesome end of Herod, the prideful king who was eaten from within. Herod accepted praise that was not due to him, and so received the punishment that was due to him. His death can also be seen as a divine retribution for his persecution of the church. Let us ensure that we have humble hearts in all we do, recognizing that everything we have and are given comes from God. God can do greater things than we can possibly imagine, and through us, as he did in miraculously freeing Peter from prison. But we mustn't get above ourselves, but humbly seek his guidance and be sure to give him the glory and recognition due to him. Have a blessed day.